Hello, everyone. And the next talk is about the TransTools. It's called Helping the CAT Tool with TransTools, and it's by Stanislav Okhvat. Hello, Stanislav.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just go ahead and start and tell us about TransTools.
Great.
And sharing is enabled if you need to share screen.
Yes, I'm starting to share my screen now. I hope everyone can see the presentation.
Yeah. You see it.
Okay, so I'm a software developer. My name is Stanislav Okhvat, and I also happen to be a former technical translator. Before my current occupation, for 11 years, I worked as a technical translator and also as a translation department manager in an engineering company. Based on my experience in translation, editing, and also preparation of a lot of Microsoft Office documents, I have developed two products for professional translators and editors called TransTools and TransTools Plus. These are productivity tools that speed up Microsoft Office document preparation before and after translation. They help with quality assurance and also simplify processing of file formats which are poorly supported by CAD tools, for example, AutoCAD drawings and Visio files. Before I explain how TransTools and TransTools Plus can help you in your workflows, let me tell you briefly about these products and the challenges they are designed to address. So TransTools is a set of plugins for Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Visio, and AutoCAD. Just like any plugin, these plugins integrate into a program like Word, and you use each plugin directly from the user interface of that particular program. TransTools was first published in 2009 and was slowly expanded and improved since that time. TransTools plugins consist of various productivity tools for professional translators, editors, LSPs, and DTP specialists. For example, there is a tool that replaces multiple words and phrases in a document, so you can make hundreds of different corrections to a single document at once. So for a translator who works with a CAD tool, this is a powerful add-on to the CAD tool, which makes the work more efficient and minimizes routine manual work. If you don't work with a CAD tool, you will still find a number of useful tools that will enhance your formatting and editing work. To use these tools, you need to install TransTools and then run the appropriate tool directly from the respective program. For example, in Microsoft Word, you will find TransTools in the ribbon under TransTools tab. You can then run any tool by clicking its button. On this screenshot, you can see that I clicked Document Cleaner button to open a tool called Document Cleaner. And in this case, I'm about to clean excessive tags from a document converted from a PDF file. And this is how TransTools appears in Excel, PowerPoint, and Visio. As you can see, all the tools and commands are grouped under TransTools or Add-ins tab, depending on the application. In addition to TransTools, there is another product called TransTools Plus. It's a separate plugin for Microsoft Word. It provides extra, more advanced tools, some of which are similar to the tools in TransTools, and the rest of which are quite different. At the moment, TransTools Plus contains 8 different tools, and the 9th tool, called Pre-Flight Checker, will be added in early March. Both TransTools and TransTools Plus mostly help with document preparation before and after translation, and with QA after translation. And TransTools also allows translation of Visio and AutoCAD files. You may ask, why use additional software to handle files when you already have a CAD tool? Why can't I just import the document into the CAT tool directly without any preparation and then send the translated document to the customer immediately? Why do I need additional tools for document preparation and QA before and after the CAT tool? The issue is that CAT tools are not all powerful and cannot handle specific scenarios. The first case is poor quality of source documents. These can be documents converted from PDF files, especially when conversion was done with automatic PDF conversion tools such as online converters. Documents put together using text that was converted from PDF files. The document may look like it was written by a human from scratch, but in fact, it contains parts which were copied from PDFs with bad formatting that often comes with such text. Poorly formatted and badly written documents. Again, from experience, it is common to see documents with excessive spaces, paragraph and line breaks in the middle of sentences, and other examples of bad writing habits or poor formatting. As a result, we can encounter the following challenges. First, redundant tags are caused by excessive formatting, especially in documents converted from PDFs. Second, incorrect breaks in the middle of sentences that cause incorrect segmentation in your CAT tool, as well as issues with the final translated file. Third, formatting issues in documents converted from PDFs, such as partly invisible text, tab characters between words, and other things. These are just some of the typical problems with source documents that you will encounter. Another thing that CAT tools cannot handle well is the text that must be ignored during translation. For example, in Word format, it is common to mark text that requires translation in a different text color or with color highlighting, such as yellow highlight color, and you cannot tell your CAT tool to import only the text that has a specific color. Yet another case of something that CAT tools cannot do is produce a dual language document with the source language on one side and the target language on another side. Finally, sometimes we just can't use the CAT tool. For instance, we've already exported a document, spent 15 minutes making formatting changes, fixed a few spelling mistakes, and at the last minute, the customer asks us to change some terminology in the document. Of course, if the list of corrections is small, we're not going to re-export the document from the CAT tool and do all of this work again. Normally, we will fix this in the final document and also update the document and the TM in the CAT tool later. Or we might need to polish the look and feel of the document, for example, by inserting non-breaking spaces or changing straight quotation marks to smart quotes. In that case, we might not even need to fix the translation memory. Again, we will fix these issues directly in the document. So I have mentioned a few areas where CAT tools are lacking. Now let me tell you how to address each issue using TransTools and TransTools Plus. To address poor quality of source documents, TransTools and TransTools Plus provide a number of tools. Probably the most common issue with source files is incorrect paragraph and line breaks in the middle of sentences. These breaks are often found in documents converted from PDF files, but they are also common in standard documents prepared manually, especially in tables. On the left side, you can see a single sentence which is separated into 4 paragraphs, each of which becomes a separate segment in memo queue. This creates a lot of difficulties. First, a translator may be confused by those individual segments and will have to look at the document preview before merging these segments. Second, such segments cannot be merged under some circumstances. For example, if you use MemoQ, you cannot merge segments inside a view or inside a document which is part of a view. In Trados Studio, it is impossible to merge segments unless a special option is enabled under project settings. You also can't merge segments if a filter is applied. The third difficulty is pre-translation. These incomplete segments will not be pre-translated unless a PM or a translator merges the segments first. And if the pre-translated segments become locked, which is a common procedure among many LSPs, some of these segments may get pre-translated and locked, and the translator will need to contact the project manager in order to unlock these segments. And fourth, whether you merge segments or not, you will still need to fix incorrect breaks in the final exported document because it will contain empty paragraphs or improperly positioned breaks. To help you remove these redundant breaks very quickly, TransTools provides a special tool called Unbreaker in both Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. This tool finds excessive breaks and presents them in a list. You then quickly go through the list and check the boxes for the breaks you want to remove and click the correct document button to update the document. The process only takes 2 or 3 minutes for a medium-sized document, and you save a lot of time. In the end, you get a perfectly segmented document, which you can import into the CAT tool, and there is no need for you to merge any segments in the CAT tool or format the final translated document after translation. On the right side, you can see how 4 segments in the original unformatted document became only 1 segment in the formatted document. Another common issue in Word documents and sometimes PowerPoint presentations is excessive tags. You will mostly find them in Word documents converted from PDF files. Tags are caused by small, often invisible differences in formatting of the text in the same paragraph. Translators are always careful with tags, so it takes them a lot of time to translate such segments. It is very difficult to tell which tags can be left out from target segments and which ones need to be preserved. So the best solution is to remove them from source documents before importing the documents into the CAT tool. To clean tags in Word documents, use Document Cleaner available in TransTools for Word. All you need to do is open your document, open Document Cleaner tool from TransTools tab, choose the right options on the Tag Cleaner tab, or keep the default options, and then click Clean Tags button. The default options are often sufficient for most people. This removes excessive tags, but retains all inline formatting, such as bold and underlined, etc., so the document will look the same. I must note that this is necessary only for documents that were converted from PDF files or scanned files using PDF converters or OCR programs like FineReader, or in documents put together from text that was converted from PDF files. In PowerPoint, the tool is called Tag Cleaner, and the process is very similar to the process in Document Cleaner in Word. This is what you will see inside your CAT tool before and after cleaning tags. As you can see, there are a lot fewer tags in the document after it is cleaned up. Besides incorrect breaks and excessive tags, you will encounter other issues in documents converted from PDFs. For instance, you will find excessive tab characters between words, usually in documents where PDF text was justified on both sides. Tab characters create additional tags or cause incorrect segmentation depending on your CAT tool and your CAT tool's settings. You may also find a false table of contents. Sometimes text in the PDF file resembles a table of contents, and the PDF conversion tool, such as FineReader, gets confused and converts this text into a table of contents, as on the screenshot at the bottom. And you can see this is the gray text. A table of contents is actually an automatically generated field which is not imported into CAT tools in most cases. And even if it is imported into the CAT tool and you translate it, it may get destroyed as soon as document fields are updated, which can happen at any moment, both on your side and on your customer's side. And if fields are updated, your translation will be lost. Here, the table of contents, it has gray background color to make it easier for you to locate it. But in real life, it will have white background color, and it will be hard to find it and fix the issue manually. Yet another issue is a missing paragraph break between two paragraphs of original text. Unless you fix this issue in the source document, you will need to split this text into several segments in your CAT tool, and then also remember to resolve this issue in the final document after exporting it from the CAT tool, since the line break will be missing in the final document. These are just some potential challenges you will encounter while working with Word documents converted from PDF files. To help you address these challenges, you can use Document Cleaner tool available in TransTools for Word, which I have already covered when I spoke about cleaning tags. Using the Auto Format command in Document Cleaner available under Auto Format tab, you can find formatting issues that require manual correction and also fix some other formatting issues automatically. To run the Auto Format command, open Document Cleaner by using the button under TransTools tab, switch to Auto Format tab, check the boxes for the actions that you would like to perform, and click Run Selected Commands button. For instance, if you check a box called Highlight Paragraphs formatted using several different fonts, font sizes, or font colors, the tool will apply color highlights to paragraphs which contain text of several different font sizes. This way, you can find paragraphs that have a missing paragraph break. It will then be very easy for you to locate them and insert the missing breaks in the source document. Also, such formatting variations are a common cause of excessive tags in converted Word documents, so you will be able to get rid of extra tags as well. So I've covered cases when we need to prepare a document before translation due to bad formatting. Quite often, your customer will ask you to translate only specific parts of a document or ignore certain text during translation. In this case, your customer will often use color. For example, a yellow highlight color is normally used for text that requires translation, and red text color or red highlight color is used for text that should be ignored during translation. To translate only specific text in your CAT tool, you will need to mark non-translatable text as hidden text in Microsoft Word. Save the document and only then import it into the CAT tool. If there are several fragments that need to be translated or ignored, hiding the text manually becomes time-consuming and prone to error. Instead of manual hiding, use it tool called Hide and Hide Text, available both in TransTools Plus and TransTools. On this slide, you can see the screenshot of Hide and Hide Text tool in TransTools Plus. The most commonly used option is hide everything except specific text. It means that we want to translate only the text that has a specific color or colors. After the file is translated, you will need to unhide the text hidden previously, and Hide and Hide Text tool can also do this for you. Just use Unhide Everything option, which is the third option in this tool. Another case when you need to prepare a document before translation is when your customer requests a dual language document. That is when the source language needs to be on one side and the target language on the other side. To produce a dual language document with CAT tools, you would have to do something like this. Duplicate the source text using a two-column table, hide the source text, and translate a copy of the source text in the second column using your CAT tool. Again, TransTools provides a tool called Dual Language Document Assistant, which helps you prepare the structure of the final document very quickly. Dual Language Document Assistant can prepare text in two formats. The first format is the dual language table. This is a table with two columns, one of which contains the source language, and the second one, the future translation. Of course, you can choose which column will contain the translation, the first or the second column, and there is an option to apply color highlighting to the future translation. This way, you can use Hide and Hide Text tool, which I covered previously, in order to hide everything except the colored text, and thus import only the translatable text into your CAT tool. The second format is called Dual Language Text, and this format uses a separator between the source text and the future target text. This separator could be a paragraph break, a line break, or a slash. Again, you can choose whether the translation will be on the right side or the left side, and also apply color highlighting to the future translation in order for you to use Hide and Hide Text tool for further CAT tool preparation. So we have talked about preparation of documents before they are translated. Now let me tell you about things that you should keep in mind after you export a document from the CAT tool before you send it to your customer. One common issue is that after translation, due to text expansion, some of the translated text becomes invisible, even if all the text was visible in the source document. This occurs mostly in tables, but also inside text boxes, both in Microsoft Word and Excel. On this slide, you can see that the cell does not show Natrium Plus, which is visible in the formula bar of Excel. Unless you fix this, your customer will not be able to read this text either on the screen, on paper, or after saving the file to PDF format. TransTools provides several tools to deal with these issues. In Microsoft Excel, you should use Cell Resize Wizard that locates rows that contain partly invisible text and allows you to resize them so that the text is fully visible within the cells. In Microsoft Word, this issue is also possible. You can resolve it with Document Cleaner. In the auto format command, which I demonstrated before, there is an option called Apply Variable Row Height to Fixed Height Rows. After you apply this option, all table rows will expand automatically to display the text inside them. If you prefer to find each individual table row where text may not fit and fix only these specific rows, use a tool called a Row Height Resizer, also available in Document Cleaner under Other Tools tab. Finally, don't forget text boxes that may also have insufficient size to fit all the text. Under the Auto Format tab of Document Cleaner, you will find an option called Clearly Identify All Text Boxes. This will highlight the text inside all text boxes with a certain color, and you can then easily locate text boxes and resize them if needed. You may be wondering if there is anything that combines all these formatting tools to save even more time. In about a week, I'm going to release a new version of TransTools Plus containing a new tool called Pre-Flight Checker. This tool checks Word documents for various formatting issues that need to be resolved before CAT tool translation or before delivery of the final document to the customer. These issues include tab characters, excessive spaces, fixed height table rows, false tables of contents, hidden text, highlighted text, and more. And it not only finds each issue, but also allows you to deal with it in a number of ways. For example, if it finds a potentially false table of contents, it will give you several options to convert it to regular text, highlight it in color, or ignore it if it's actually a normal, valid table of contents. When you select an issue, it also becomes highlighted within the document, so you can make a decision quickly what to do with it. We finally come to the third and final usage of external tools, and this is quality assurance outside the CAT tool. Generally, I would recommend to perform all QA inside the CAT tool, but in some situations, this is difficult to accomplish. One particular area where you might need to perform QA outside the CAT tool is when you make typographical corrections. Typography is how text appears to the reader, in other words, how easy to read and visually pleasant it is. During translation, you can improve typography by using correct Unicode symbols. For example, smart quotes instead of straight double quotes. Also by using single spaces instead of more than one space. And by inserting non-breaking spaces between words that should stay on the same line. For example, here you can see a number of issues underlined in red. First, the number after the word table appears on the next line, and this is more difficult to read. A non-breaking space should be used instead of the regular space between the word table and the number to make them stay on the same line. The word ref must also be separated from the following number with a non-breaking space. There are some extra spaces here, such as between the first and the second sentences and at the end of the last paragraph. Finally, the degree sign in the phrase 40 degrees C is denoted by letter O with superscript formatting. This looks strange, and if the superscript formatting is lost for any reason, the reader may misunderstand the text. Below, you can see the same text after all the typography issues have been fixed. As you can see, the text is now more pleasant to read. All excessive spaces have been removed. The text is, there is a correct degree sign, and non-breaking spaces, which word shows with the same symbol as a degree sign in my setup, have been used to place text on the same line to make it easier to read. All of these corrections were made using spacing, punctuation, and symbol correction tool available in TransTools Plus. This tool finds various typography issues according to your settings. So all you need to do is check the boxes for the issues you need to fix, possibly change some correction options, and click a button to correct the document. Of course, a better idea would be to fix all these issues inside the CAT tool in order to save these in the translation memory. However, in my own experience, specific things like non-breaking spaces are overlooked by many translators, and editors do not have enough time to fix them. So I recommend using spacing, punctuation, and symbol correction tool as a final line of defense to avoid overlooking typography issues and to create perfectly looking documents for your customers. Finally, let us look at another common case when you need to make multiple last-minute corrections in a document that you have already exported from the CAT tool. Such corrections could come from the customer at the last minute, or you may want to fix a certain issue in documents you have already delivered to the customer. Again, if you spend time formatting the final document and the list of corrections is small, it does not make sense for you to re-export the document from the CAT tool and do the formatting again. In most cases, you would probably prefer to fix such issues both in the final document and later in the CAT tool. To make multiple corrections quickly, use multiple find and replace tool in Microsoft Word, which is part of TransTools Plus. Multiple find and replace tool is an extremely powerful search and replace tool, which allows you to create lists of things that need to be changed in a document and quickly use these lists to make hundreds of corrections simultaneously. Or you can reuse those lists later whenever you need them. It is also very easy to import the customer's correction list into this tool. You can click Find All button to review all the corrections before they're made, uncheck some boxes if you do not want to make certain corrections, and then click Replace Selected button to apply the corrections to the selected issues. This is much safer than doing a global replacement as it is normally done in Microsoft Word. To summarize, CAT tools are not all powerful. It's very important to prepare a source document correctly before you import it into the CAT tool. And it's equally important to format and check a document after you export it from the CAT tool. TransTools and TransTools Plus should help you optimize the processes that take place outside the CAT tool. At the same time, they can be used to speed up your work if you don't use a CAT tool. I haven't covered all the tools available in TransTools and TransTools Plus, so I invite you to check out these programs and find other useful tools targeted for your specific needs and workflows. You can find more information about TransTools and TransTools Plus and also download fully functional trial versions at translatortools.net. I have also prepared a number of materials for you. First of all, this is a special workflow document that explains various issues that need to be addressed before CAT tool import and in the final exported documents, including brief instructions how to deal with them using TransTools and TransTools Plus. Second, there are a number of useful links, including a link to a recording of my webinar on PDF conversion. This webinar explains step by step how to convert PDF files using EBI Fine Reader and how to process converted documents with TransTools before importing them into the CAT tool. Thank you for your attention, and now I will be happy to answer all of your questions.
Okay, first of all, thank you. It's always nice to learn, always good to learn about new tools. And
You're welcome.
anyone has questions, comments, remarks?
Right, so don't see anything in the chat. There is a comment about MemoQ has export bilingual option. Yes, that's true. And this is one way for you to apply corrections to a document even before you export it. I mean, not you can do it both after you export the final document from the CAT tool or before. But it's one way for you to apply multiple corrections to the document and then integrate those corrections back into your translation memory. So yes, you can, for example, if you have little time and you need to submit corrections to your client very quickly, you can make corrections to the final document, which you have formatted, for example. And then later, you can use the bilingual export from MemoQ or from any other CAT tool and also apply corrections to that bilingual document and then reintegrate that exported file back into the CAT tool and apply those corrections to the translation memory. So you will have those corrections in the translation memory for future translations.
I was referring to your option to create a bilingual document.
I see what you mean. Actually, these are two different things. Maybe it's something with the terminology I'm using, but the dual language documents that I was referring to are, you know, side-by-side contracts and documents where you see both languages at the same time. Bilingual documents, when we are referring to CAT tools, this means this means a special document which contains both languages, but only for the purpose of editing. For example, you can send such a bilingual document to an editor who doesn't use a CAT tool, and they can edit it, but it's not a format which you can submit to your client. Dual language documents are basically something that your client may request if they want to work with, for example, they have a bilingual project where there is English and Hebrew, for example, at the same time. So all the documents have to be in two languages.
Okay, thank you.
How much does TransTools cost, and is there a special price for 8 ITA conference participants? TransTools is a very inexpensive tool. I would say it's $25 for a license, and yes, there is a special price for 80 ITA conference participants, and you will find this special price if you follow the second link. There is a small coupon code there that you can apply if you decide to buy a license. How would you update the TM after making corrections in TransTools? Well, you can use the bilingual export. So, for example, if you use MemoQ, you can export the translation document from MemoQ in the format called bilingual RTF. In other CAT tools, the format may be named in a different way, but it's usually it's a bilingual Word document. So you export this bilingual Word document, and then you have to make corrections so that they apply only to the target column. Usually you don't really need to do anything because the source and the target language has different terminology, and so even if you don't specifically select the second column for the replacement, your corrections will only apply to the target text, but you can also just select the second column so that TransTools works on the second column. and you make the corrections, and then you import this bilingual RTF file back into MemoQ, and your corrections are applied to the target text, and then you run update TM process inside MemoQ, and all your updates are recorded in the translation memory. Does the tool work with Hebrew as the target language? Yes, it works with Hebrew, and not only Hebrew, but also with CJK, for example, languages. I have a number of users who use TransTools extensively and who work with Hebrew. I haven't really seen major comments from them regarding TransTools functionality with this language. But of course, there might be some specifics of because TransTools also integrates, for example, correction lists for other languages, and because I don't know Hebrew, I may not be I may not have designed, TransTools with Hebrew in mind, but I haven't seen any major comments regarding TransTools from my Hebrew, my users who work who live in Israel and who work with Hebrew. So I think it should work without any issues. I also right now I'm just going to duplicate the text from the second slide in the chat panel. Maybe it will be easier for you to copy it into your notes. So yes, I have just pasted it into the chat panel, so you can copy it to your notes. I think I don't see any other questions. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. If you have any questions, you still have time, I think, to ask them. So go ahead.
Is this TransTools, is it good for someone who doesn't use a CAT tool? Can it?
Yes, if you don't use a CAT tool, you can, of course, use, for example, its multiple replacement functionality. So if I go back to my previous slide where I show how you can perform multiple replacements in a document at the same time. So basically, you first create a replacement list such as this. Let's say you are doing literally translation, and at some point in your translation, you have decided to make a number of changes in the document, such as correct the terminology because you have researched it, or make a number of changes in the names of places or characters, etc. So you can just create your correction list, and then click Find All button. It will list you all the places where these words appear in your text, and then just apply the corrections, and it will be much faster than you would do it if you used the replacement functionality in words, because otherwise in Word, you would have to run each replacement after another. Whereas
you.
here, you will just apply all these corrections at once.
Okay, thanks. It was great. Great talk. Great having you here.